Back to politics. President-elect Trump says the world, well, it was a gloomy place, he says, before he was elected. Now there is economic optimism. And here's what he tweeted. He said, the world was gloomy before I won. There was no hope. Now the market is up nearly 10% and Christmas spending is over $1 trillion. Joining us now is Bill Simon, former Wal-Mart CEO and president. Bill, thank you for joining us. Would you agree with Donald Trump?
Well, I would, and his tweet is an indication that we're going to have a president that is supremely confident in himself. He's able to do things, I think, that we couldn't even imagine. So, yeah, I'm excited. But the fact is, he's right. There's optimism in America. Certainly in the middle of the country where we are today, there's an excitement, an energy that's starting to grow, and you can see that it's coming out of Wall Street. And I think retail sales for Christmas will actually be reasonably good.
So how would you characterize the 8 years of the current administration that have been criticized for essentially smothering small business and regulations, higher taxes, really just preventing companies from wanting to reinvest, from wanting to expand and hire new people? Is that a fair characterization?
Well, I think it is, and that's sort of the counterbalance to Mr. Trump's tweet last night, for example. Part of it is a president who's a CEO who is pro-growth, and we're seeing that. But a big piece of it is the easing of the burden of the last 8 years. And small business and investors and consumers now feel like that there's the chains have been taken off, and there'll be an opportunity to go forward. So the combination of the optimism of Trump and the release of the burden of the last 8 years is, I think, what we're seeing right now.
Bill, to talk about Walmart in particular, it's facing tremendous competition, of course, from the Amazons of this world, who more and more people are clicking and ordering and having it delivered. How is, in your opinion, Walmart handling that competition?
Well, it is a difficult play, and Walmart's showing a lot of courage to step up and try to deal with it. In my opinion, though, replicating Amazon is not the answer. If you think back to retail, there's really been no technology in physical retail probably since the advent of the barcode or the UPC codes. And yet the rest of our consumers' lives have changed dramatically because of technology. And I think the winners in retail won't be the ones who replicate Amazon or defeat Amazon head-to-head, because they're an anomaly. The winners will be the ones who figure out how to bring the amazing technology that exists today to a retail store, and I think you'll see that in the next 3 to 5 years.
But do you think the Walmart model, the huge stores, the great discounts, is still a viable model where people will get in the car, drive there, and physically shop? You still think that's a good business model?
Well, speaking directly about Walmart, they've shown an amazing resilience over the years. Sam Walton's original business model was a relatively small department store that sold products at a really great price. He then morphed into larger stores and then into grocery with the Supercenter, and from a relatively small box to a big box. So over the years, over their 50 or so year history, Walmart has shown an incredible resiliency and ability to adapt, and they're going to have to do that now. We're Americans, we live in our cars. We commute to work. Our cities were laid out for the most part after the advent of the automobile. And so you got to drive to get to work, and you've got to drive to get to school if you're a kid. And so I think there'll always be a place for physical retail. It's when technology is brought to that physical retail, so the very best of the online experience, for example, search, can be brought to a physical location. I think those are the winning plays.
Very good. Fascinating. Bill Simon, thank you so much for taking time out today. We appreciate it.